Hello and welcome back to Car Chat TV. I'm Oliver, and in today's episode we're going to be checking out the Genesis GV70. This is an all-wheel drive, all-electric vehicle. I want you to forget about BMW. I want you to forget about Mercedes. Don't need them, because in this video I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you need to be looking at a GV70. Let's go. Firstly, let's have a look at charging. This takes a max charge of 233 kilowatts, so 10 to 80% in 20 minutes. That's not too bad. And then you've got a 7.4 kilowatt wall box at home, perhaps. That's where I see you charging this most of the time. 0 to full in 10 hours and 30 minutes. It's a little bit long, but I think it's usable. I think it's good. Right, come with me. Let's have a little look at the aesthetics of the Genesis GV70. First of all, let's look at the front. Now, I do like the bonnet, and looking out from the driver's position, it's a good looking bonnet. I like creases on the edges. On the Genesis badge, they've incorporated this little dent, which looks pretty cool. I think the mesh on the front, I think it's a bit like Marmite. It reminds me a little bit of, you know, when you visit prisons, the fence out the front, really aggressive crisscross style down on the lower bumper here. What do you think about the split headlights? I'm starting to see a lot more in the manufacturing, in the trend of new cars, slimmer headlights, and Genesis have been doing it with their designs. I kind of like it, and then some days I'm not too sure. We're going to go around the back in a minute to talk about the rear tail lights, but look at these wheels. These definitely look like they've been designed for aero efficiency, and we'll talk more about what miles you get with this GV70. They look good. Look, no plastic bits. Sometimes you get really cheap plastic inserts. Not on these wheels. What we got here? Pilot Sports as well. All right, come down the side. I feel like the car would look so much better with a chrome delete. And I'm not going to tell you the price just yet. Stick around to the end because it's expensive. Okay, let's look at the back. Look at the booty of this thing. Here are the rear tail lights, like I was talking to you about. The same again, split. I think they look pretty good on the back, pretty menacing. I'm getting a bit of a Predator vibe, you know, like from the Arnie film, Predator 1. I don't know why, but let me know what you guys think about that. We've got the Genesis badge there, the GV70. Obviously no exhaust pipes. It kind of looks pretty low for an SUV. More saloon-esque. I don't know if because we're sitting on the grass, but yeah, let me know. Genesis, we've got to get rid of this chrome. Come on. Time to take it out for a drive. Come on. Right, we're off. In the Genesis GV70. I've got to hit you with some stats first. I have a big smile on my face, I'll tell you why. This thing has 490 brake horsepower, especially when you press the boost button, which I'm going to talk to you and show you the boost button later on. Super quiet is what you expect with an electric vehicle, but this actually has noise cancellation tech inside it well, so expect it to be even more so quieter. I'm going to talk to you about my opinions about the interior. It's really plush. Cream headliner mixed with the grey leather works really well, and they've done the contrast cream stitching, and that it just speaks volumes. It just speaks, oh, Oliver, touch me, I'm so plush and expensive. It's 64k. I'm going to tell you the price early on because I want you to realise what we're dealing with here. £64,000, but back to the power, all-wheel drive, motors on the front, motors on the back. 4.2 seconds, right, 0 to 62. That is insane. 4.2 seconds, and that's with boost mode pressed, which we'll do later on because you have to be going a little bit quicker in order to activate it. Love the digital dash. I love how they've put the infotainment, the touchscreen, they've set it back just a little bit into the dash, so it's not like when you get in other cars nowadays, it's right at the front. Just because it's set back a bit, it gives you a little bit of a ledge to see the leather. And I rather like that. I think it's cool. You've got a little digital insert for your temperature controls. That looks fancy. All the buttons feel good. Center console again feels kind of plush. More on the interior. I love that you've got a rotary gear selector. That saves space, but it looks good as well. But also there's a rotary dial, which is a little bit bigger, that you can use for your infotainment. And it's touchscreen as well, but I just love they've included a rotary dial. And I'm definitely one for just give them everything. If someone's going to complain, oh, it's touchscreen, there's no rotary, give them a rotary as well. Then no one can complain. And it works really well. And the look of it, just looks really cool. It's really responsive as well, and I definitely just flip through this using the rotary rather than lean over. I just love how it looks. Digital display looks awesome, and I've got 205 miles left saying down there, so we can use some of that. Right, I'm going to take it on some A roads, B roads, and just see how this thing handles. Now, this plush Genesis GV70 all-electric SUV should be pretty comfortable. Now, I've brought along with me a passenger in the back. It's Adam. Talk to me about comfort levels.
Okay, so about the Genesis, this is sort of like you think it's an SUV, but actually it's quite compact inside. Let me just show you my leg room in the back, because that's quite important. And there's not loads of it. It might be because the seat in front is quite far back, but I think, you know, tall people might struggle with knee room. What I do like, however, is just the quality of everything. I feel like this car just does everything well. It's really well put together. All the materials feel really nice. It has got the premium sort of feel. In my opinion, I just feel like the looks may let it down a little bit. But inside, it's a really nice place to be. All of the lights really nice with the pano roof. You've got loads of like gadgets in the back here with your climate control. You know, the seats are really comfy. I feel like it just does everything you'd want, like, really well. So yeah, I think everyone's going to be happy in the Genesis.
Okay, one of the reasons I said to you about looking into a Genesis GV70 was the boost mode, all right? Not many cars have a boost mode. You've seen the N-Grin shift on the Hyundai, and obviously Hyundai is the lower non-fancy partner to Genesis. So Genesis is pretty fancy. It's like the Lexus to Toyota. Anyway, Oliver, let's press this boost mode. I want to see what we're going to do. So we're in drive, and I'm just going to jab the boost mode. Let's see if we can activate it. Oh, there it is! What? Now the thing's just... Whoa, just enjoying this first. Wow. So immediately my digital dash went orange. The needles went orange. My seat lowers and it gives me a little hug. Now, actually, when I was chatting to the guys at Genesis, the reps, I said it'd be good if all of the seats could lower and hug, so everyone gets that experience of being, you know, like a 4D cinema experience. But I love that. Some of you might go, oh, that boost is a bit novelty and it'll get boring. Wow, I love that kind of stuff. All those kind of gadget and techie features, I think, are brilliant. Include it. I'm going to press it again. Woo! Mummy! That is so good. That is wicked. I'm sorry, you probably get a lot of my mouth screaming down your speakers at the moment. But it lasts for 10 seconds. It gives you all of that 490 brake horsepower, and it gives you that 0 to 62, 4.2 seconds. And I just love immediately you get a sense, all your emotions are kind of hit. You've got your visual sense with the digital dash for the needles, and then you've got the boost power, little meter, and then your seat kind of hugs you. It's very minor, but it's fun. And you know what, after a long day at work, I think that is something that it could just cheer you up. So if anything, that reason should just be one of the reasons why you get a GV70. Another reason you should be looking into getting a GV70 is the range. 283 miles, so 77.3 kilowatt hour of usable battery. And like we said earlier, it's got great fast charging, max charge of 233 kilowatts. Now that's going to be perfect for when you want to go and quickly charge the car at a fast charge station. You know, I think you could get that probably down to 18 minutes, 10 to 80%. And that's the kind of max charge you want with a car that costs this much money, £64,000. So if you're thinking, oh, you know, I was looking at a BMW or a Mercedes GLE or maybe like an X3 or electric versions of those, oh, I might give a Genesis GV70 a try. You should book your test drive and then tell me whether you like it or not. In the Genesis GV70, we've got a number of modes, and I like how they've designed the button for these modes, because we've got a drive mode where we can flick up and down. So we've got comfort, steering gets a little bit lighter, accelerator a bit less, sport, everything just tightens up a bit, steering, I've got a more responsive accelerator. But if and then obviously eco, where you want to save your miles. But if I click push down on this button, it goes into a terrain mode where I've got snow, mud and sand settings. because we get a lot of that in England, in the UK. Well, we do snow, to be fair, and mud, so it'd be interesting to see how they work. But I love how they've both integrated it into the same button, so it's multifunctional. It saves space as well on the center console. But let's just put it in sport. Oh my goodness me! Okay, that picked up. Whoa! I actually felt like I was going to take off then. I'm not even... That is not a slight exaggeration. This has got 490 brake horsepower. I put my foot flat then, and the front absolutely lifted. Now this thing weighs 2,310 kilograms. But you know what? God, I got some tire squeal. It feels so agile. It feels... I've just gone into a different mode now. This is just literally fun. I've just caught up behind the Ford Puma ST. I would absolutely smoke that. I need to get some B-roads, some fancy B-roads to have a little blast on this. This has just turned into a little bit of a hot hatch. It just literally in my head, put my foot down. I'm gonna back it up a bit. You know, I'm gonna back it up and do a bit of a launch. Let's do a bit of a launch. Yeah. Here we go. Right, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh my God. Okay. Whoa. There we go. Whoa. I think my eyes are watering. Or that could be the heads-up display. I don't really get on with those. That has got some power. Literally putting it into sport mode has just completely transferred this car. Really agile. Even the steering is it's direct. This is a good corner. Oh, here we go. We've got another good corner here. Let's get the power. I'll tell you what, as soon as you put your foot down, this car wants to go. Brakes are good as well. Not too snatchy, not too grabby. And wow. You got to watch yourself here. You've got to watch yourself. This car has got some serious power and wants to go. You've got the flappy paddles as well for the regenerative braking. We've seen that with other Kia and Hyundai products. You've got an iPedal as well, which is just kind of grinding it down. So you've got one pedal driving. Kind of just want to keep going fast now in this car in sport mode. But it's agile. It's got so much power, 490 brake. I just think this car, and it's all-wheel drive as well, it's going to get you out of any situation. It doesn't feel, sometimes it does feel a bit heavy, but it just proved to me then that when I'm ready to just put my foot down, is instant power. Another reason is quality tech. Look at the quality of these cameras as I'm reversing back. You've got 360. You've got blind vision monitor as well, which is a heads up, HD heads up in your indicators, which come up as circles. Again, seen that tech in the Kias and the Hyundais, but it works really well and it is really usable. And actually, I saved a cyclist's life. Oh, there's a car coming. I need to... Whee! Okay, it's all good. We survive to live another day. But yeah, the tech is brilliant. Everything works, super responsive. It's another reason why you need to go and get yourself sat in a GV70. It's got adaptive suspension as well, and it's just so much fun. It reads the road ahead, it makes micro changes to the suspension so you get the comfiest, plushest ride. And to be fair, the suspension is really good. I'm on some dodgy roads, few potholes which I've managed to dodge anyway. We've done a few B roads. The A roads obviously is where it sits nicely on, but the handling is great. It kind of ticks a lot of boxes, and we're still looking at a high price point, so it should be doing these things. But another great reason is exactly that. Comfort, suspension's good, handles great, and it's putting a smile on my face. Another main reason has to be the interior. It's gorgeous, just look at it. Maybe the camera doesn't do it justice, but genuinely, if you are looking around this price point, get yourself in one and immediately you'll just be going, oh my God, this is quite fancy. Steering wheel, great touch point, leather, perforated leather there, cream stitching on the leather dash. The infotainment just looks great, designed really well. Smooth headliner, velvety, Alcantara, and I don't think there's any, there's even little LEDs in these light up in these little side pods on the door handles. Just noticed that, obviously because it's daylight, you don't pick up on those things. but it's even the digital dash, everything just feels, and the quality and the touch, it's a solid center console, scratchy plastics down at the bottom where you're not looking, and there is actually a little bit of an LED in the cubby pockets in the doors as well, but the seats are really comfortable. Overall, you know, the interior, you probably, can I say this? You can't beat it. You'll have to let me know. So let's talk about price. 64,000, right, if you were to buy it outright. But I looked at some lease prices online because cars of this caliber and price, a lot of people like to lease now. So listen to this. £660 per month, £8,000 deposit up front. I know. 5,000 miles per year. And I believe, hang on, let me check. I got to tell you this. I got to check it. I want to get this right. Yeah, 5,000 miles per year, and it's a 4-year deal. So that's £660 a month, 8,000 deposit, 4 years and 5,000 miles, or 64k to buy. Let me know in the comments which one you would choose. It's practical as well. Look how cool the position of this boot button is as well. On the wiper, 500 litres of boot space. More than enough. You've got your cables in here. And check this out. A little bit of cubby. Yeah, okay, it's not that much. But if you want more than 503 litres of boot space, you can shove those seats down and get even more. So there you go. Practical as well. So that has been our episode on the Genesis GV70 and why you should be looking to get one or maybe lease one, although not with those prices. But I think this car is different. It's something a little bit more alternative than being someone with the crowd, BMW, Mercedes. You'll have to let me know what you think about the car down in the comments below. As always, if you like the episode, throw us a like, get yourself subbed to Car Chat TV, and I will see you on the next one.